my fellow sim farmers. I'm Farmer Edge, and welcome to another day on the Judith Plains Mega Farm. It is September, and it is a month I've been preparing for some time now, because we can finally plant wheat onto our 250-acre field. Now, why I say I've been planning for this one, I know we've planted, I think, twice on that field now, but I have gotten some new equipment. I think today will be the first time, or this month will be the first time we truly do some serious mega farming machinery-wise. So if you can see in the back here, I've got the two big buds, and we are right next to the blue farm. I might have mentioned it before that I have been doing some work here next to the blue farm, where we bought a new plot of land because we had some new equipment that we wanted to get ready and test out. So I've spent a bit of time getting this whole area together. And I mean, this big bud, if you look at this thing, look at the size of that tire. I mean, this thing's huge, okay? But I think today we finally got something for this big bud to do, in a sense of maybe a challenge, or, you know, that's worth its power. I mean, this big bud is 1,000, I mean, look at this, 1,100 horsepower, weighs 73.4 tons. I mean, this thing is a monster of a tractor. But today, it's going to have to pull that thing. So that is our new seeder. New seeders, because you can see we have one next to it, and we have another two on the other side. So this is the Bogart 3420 hoe drill. Look at the size of this thing. It's absolutely humongous. Let me just go back a little bit closer again so I can see the stats there. So this thing weighs 32 tons. It requires 600 horsepower to pull, and it has a 30-meter working width. This is a monster of a seeder. So the 1,100 horsepower of the John Deere, not John Deere, the big bud, is going to come into its own today. I said John Deere's because just lined up on that side with two more of them are the other two seeders and the two John Deere's. I'll get there soon. So we've got our two old rollers and two new rollers here as well. And I mean, each of these rollers in their own require another 275 horsepower and weigh in at 20 tons. So you're talking about like 50 tons already and about 875 horsepower. The reason why I'm looking at the rollers and I'm saying that, because what we're going to do today is, I don't know, I suppose we could call it a seed train, because I'm going to hook up that seeder, and then I'm going to hook up in the distance, and I'm going to walk over there now, the seed trailer, and you'll see the size of that thing as well. And then I'm going to hook up this roller behind it. So we're going to have three implements being pulled behind the big bud. It's a seeder, then the seed trailer with fertilizer, and then the roller right behind it. So if I walk over this side, just take a little bit more of a jog. So yeah, we have two more. And as I say, I think the John Deere's are going to be tested a little bit because they're in 913 horsepower tractors. I mean, by no means small boys. These things are beasts in their own right. But yeah, we're pushing them to their limits today. And then over this side, I'm going to show you these are the seed trailers that each one of those guys will pull. I mean, just look at the size of this thing. This is a trailer that carries seed and fertilizer. I mean, the wheel is slightly bigger than I am. And this is another 10 tons. So you're talking about just over 60 tons that those guys are going to have to pull, as well as pull the seeder through the ground, and it's pulling that roller over the ground. So it's not everything freewheel like this. So yeah, I think this can be a test today. I don't know how well these John Deere's will perform in this. We'll have to see. The thing with this setup is it's so big that I can't drive the tractors with everything hooked up from here. There's just no way I get up these roads. So I literally have to take everything to the field in pieces. So it takes these four big tractors to take the seeders there. I'm going to have to take all the seed trailers, get them filled up and take them with the fence. That's why I have all the fence over here. And then the fence will have to come back and pick up the rollers. So this is a monster setup. This is true mega farming setup now, with this operation. So yeah, like I said, I think it's going to take me longer to set them all up than to actually probably seed that field. It'll be interesting to see how quickly we can seed it. I'll just take you for a quick tour around this new area. So this is our new sort of bulk implement or big implement garage section right by the blue farm. So we've got garages here. We've got our own sort of seeding area, because I think these trailers take, and the reason I got these trailers is because they take so much seed. I think somewhere in the region of about 50 or 60,000 liters of seed, and another 50,000. Is it 50,000? I can't remember now actually. Okay, 5,000. Maybe I was talking incorrectly, but I think it can take slightly more than that. Maybe about 11,000 fertilizer and 11,000 seed, which I mean in its own right would be like 20 odd tons of product. So it's going to weigh a lot. So yeah, we have our own seed silos over here and fertilizer silos for the guys to fill up right where they are here. And if we go just to the back here, so we had to backfill this entire area here. We've got a bit of a fuel tank over there, and you can see we've got a beautiful look out. There's our sheds, our barns, the straw and hay barns in the back corner there. So we're right at the bottom now, and if we look out over there, that is our sugar beet field in the top corner. And yeah, don't step out here, because that's a bit of a sheer cliff over there. That's had to be sort of created out of rock and everything like that, so that we could actually backfill this whole thing up and get this level, so we could get these garages in here. So yeah, I think that is sort of a quick tour of this new area that we got. And what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna climb into the big bud over here. Let's get in and let's get this seeder out of the garage. Got this one hooked up already. And then what I'm going to do, I think, because this might take me a little while, I will get all these seeders out, get all the tractors hooked up to them, get the seeders out, get the seeders onto the field. I'm going to then fill up the seed trailers with fertilizer and seed and get them off to the farm. And then I will come and pick up the rollers and get them off to the farm. And then we're going to have to hook everything up on the field at the farm. So I will speed through this section so that you don't have to sit and watch for probably maybe 30 minutes to an hour of me just getting these things in and out of the garages over here. So see you in a bit when I'm on the field. So I've made a little bit of a mistake on the farm here. I put the tanks on this side, not realizing that this tank only fills up from the one side. It can't fill up from both sides. So my auto drive road actually comes from that side through this side and out the farm. And now realizing, oh, these guys don't want to fill up. And then I'm like, I have to now go and turn the thing around. So after this, I'll have to like figure out how to maneuver this and maybe move this tank farm to a different place where they can actually go around. You can see, yeah, I've got all the tracks with the fertilizer thing, so I'm gonna have to turn this fertilizer track in the opposite direction and see how that will work. Another thing I've realized with these tanks as well is that you can fill some of the tanks with fertilizer or seed. As you can maybe saw from the previous one, I did 11,000 seed and 11,000 filtered fertilizer. And I think by accidentally this one, I've probably put 3 of the tanks now with solid fertilizer. Didn't actually realize you could do that. So now I've only got 5,600 seed in this one and 16,000 liters of solid fertilizer. I hope the seed won't be short. But I suppose, yeah, it does help at least, because sometimes you might run out of fertilizer instead of seed. Just depends on what you're doing. So it gives you a bit of flexibility. Just, I don't think I wanted it like that for the first time. Because like I said, I've never actually done anything with this before. I haven't tested them out on this field. I did just a little run just to see if it actually works. But I mean, it was just a short little like piece of the actual field. Never actually run them completely together on the full field. So yeah, we learn together. So we finally got everything on the field. As you can see, we've got the 4 big tractors in the front with the seeders. We've dropped off the seeder bins, seed and fertilizer bins, if you want to call that. And then we've got the rollers at the back. Now we're going to connect them, and the way that I practiced with one of them, which seemed to work the best, because once this is all connected, you do not want to be reversing with this. It is a nightmare. It goes all the way from left to right, and then trying to control all 3 of these trailers. So I found it best to just reverse the me and reversing again. Why am I so terrible at reversing? There we go. It's like you want to press the button where you want to go as if you were driving forward, and my brain just doesn't comprehend the like press it the other way. I always have to like think about it. Oh, actually, what I'm going to do, rather just bring it a bit forward so that the John Deere doesn't have to reverse as far. Just take it as far forward as I can, because the problem is this seeder has almost like assisted steering, so its wheels move sort of left and right as well as you're trying to steer, and then it does make it a little bit difficult sometimes, because I was like, oh, and then because of these center swivel or center pivot big tractors, it does some funny things sometimes. See, like, check that, it's like you have to almost really, it starts moving sideways immediately. Do this like really slow, just hope get it just right. Oh, there we go. So that's the seed train. So we've got, well, seeder train. We've got them all hooked up nicely, and as you can see from the side, and I'm just going to change my seeds before I plant alfalfa on this field. Yeah, so we've got wheat, and then we've got additional seeds in a second bin, because that seed bin over there has 2 bins for seed. So I'm hoping, I haven't, like I said, I haven't run it all the way, so I'm hoping when the first bin runs out, it sort of fills up and carries on with the next bin. we will see. And yeah, everything is connected. So I'm just gonna go and connect the rest of them, and I will see you as soon as I'm done and we get them going. And there you go. So they're all connected. It's taken quite a bit of time to get them all up here. Everything's lined up, connected. And I mean, I've had to bring them all the way to the top of the field because the curves here, when I try to set it up closer to their garage, because that's all the way down there at the bottom by the blue field. So, I mean, I've had to bring everything all the way to the top here. So, yeah, it's taken quite a bit of time. So the field is set up. And as per my usual, I'm going to let the inner guy go first so that he naturally pulls away. I've got them all set on loop turns so that they don't have to reverse, because I think that's going to be an absolute nightmare if they try. I am a bit worried about the black big bud, because the white big bud is going to do that sort of cornering, so it doesn't try to do loop turns on the first turn. So it's just going to go around. But that black big bud is going to try to do a loop turn, and I'm hoping that there's enough gap between its course and the edge of the field for it to turn that entire thing around. So that is the one vehicle I am a little bit worried about. I think the rest of them on the inside here are going to be fine. They'll have more than sufficient space. I just have to make sure that I keep them sufficiently apart from each other so that they don't get caught up in each other's way. So I am going to let them go. So let's, I think everything else is fine. I've got him set to first waypoint, and I'm going to press play and pray that he goes okay. So it's going to have to do the whole animation. So yeah, let's have a look at that. And as you can see, the roller is rolling out. So the one thing on this, yes, the roller is a little bit narrower than the seeder. Unfortunately, at the moment, I will try to look around to see if I can find something that is of equivalent. And they're going. And as you can see, on the side, both the seed and the fertilizer are going down. And we have our road train, and well, our seed train, road train. Thinking of the Aussies, you know, with their road trains. So yeah, we're seeding, fertilizing, and rolling all at the same time. And if you look at it, he's got 40 minutes. Still quite a lot for considering that it's what's that? Like 30 meters. That's 120 meters in width that these four guys are able to do. And it's still going to take them 40 minutes to do this. I suppose it's the speed, so only 18 kilometers an hour. But the nice thing is we're doing three things at the same time. So let him get a little bit away from the other guys. And then I'm going to start the next guy, the next guy, the next guy. And we'll keep an eye on them, and I'm especially going to keep an eye on that big bud. So yeah, I'll see you as soon as they are all going. It seems as though when they turn, the implements are like hooking into each other a little bit too much. I think they turn a little bit too sharp. But and now he's like getting himself all tangled up here. Let's hope it just doesn't get caught, because there's no way I'm going to reverse this guy around. Okay, they didn't get tangled into each other, the seeder and the roller. That was close. Let me get the last guy going. I swear this stuff is so heavy at the back that it literally pulls the big bud back. I mean, that big bud weighs like, what, like 70 tons or something, and yet that mechanism is pulling the big bud back because it's like everything it's got is like probably equivalent. Okay, so there we go. They're all off, and we are seeding wheat onto this field. Crap, I hope I changed everyone to wheat. Yes, I did change everyone to wheat. So this is the one I was worried about. You see, he got pretty close to the road over there, probably went maybe a little bit into the road. So if there's a vehicle that's driving up that road, we might have a little bit of a problem. But luckily, it might only be one turn at the bottom that we need to just worry about, maybe two at the bottom where they turn, that he might go into the road. So I'll just have to keep an eye on him here just to make sure he doesn't get into any trouble. But as I say, so far so good. And the white one's coming around and he'll finish off the edge of the field. He shouldn't have any problems. And just these sort of, as you can see, we limed this field. But for some reason the implement shows a certain width but doesn't do that width, and so there's this tiny little gap that didn't get limed. So that's just what all these lines on the field are for. Next time I will adjust it a little bit when I set up Horseway, just to close that gap a little bit. And yeah, I think that's how we set up these massive seeders and everything. So yeah, I think we're truly into mega farming at the moment. And as you see, even with these monsters and everything that they bring, it still takes 40 minutes to get this field done. So, you know, by the time they do their loop turns and everything, maybe it's going to be close to an hour. And possibly took me at least 30 to 40 minutes to get everything up to the top. So it still takes a little bit of time. But I think in the long run, when we start doing a lot more fields, the nice thing is I could probably put two of them on this field, put another one on another field, another one on another field, and you know, they'll get the job done a lot quicker. So that's the reason why I invested in these. I think the total investment with the buildings and everything was something north of maybe 4.5 million. So yeah, it was a big investment, but I think in the end it will be worth it. There goes the signpost, two of them, and now the vehicles will get stuck. So yeah, that was the one I was worried about, if he was actually going to go into the road, and the seeder did go a little bit into the road, but luckily there was no cars coming, so that's okay. And then there's just sort of one turn here in front. I think that might be a problem there where the John Deere is turning at the moment. So as soon as they get there, okay, I'm just going to pause him over here because I see the John Deere seems to have gotten a little bit stuck. Yeah, how to put a John Deere 9RX under pressure. He was trying to turn, and obviously maybe the roller was a little bit hooked on that thing, but I mean, the thing is, it's this incline. Look at this thing. It's like it's trying to pull all this up that hill, and it is struggling to get grip. Yeah, but it's going slowly. It's getting it. It's getting it. Look at that. Little bit by little bit, it's making its way around. So that's why I just paused the big bud there, because I was like, no, he's going to get tangled into this guy just now. Because I think the big bud will have a little bit of an easier time probably pulling up this hill. It does have probably extra, almost 200 horsepower. But yeah, as you can see, look at him. He's going at like 5. Okay, he's getting to 7 now, and that. Yeah, probably a lot of wheel slip happening there, even with those tracks there. No, but he made it. Made it in the end. Well done. Got it up. Let's get back in there. Yeah, I stopped this white big bud just in time. I was like, yo, no, he's getting too close. He's getting too close, because he doesn't have to do the turnaround. He just goes like nicely around the corner, and he's gonna just go around this corner quite easily. So he's easily gonna catch that big bud. So I'm just gonna leave him paused here for a while, let the big bud get a little bit ahead. The big bud's struggling as well, eh? Oh, wheel slip. So the big bud, I think, has the power. But I think with the single wheels, you can see it. Like, watch it, look at those wheels are slipping. Look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, he's struggling to get grip getting up this hill. Yeah, I should probably, if I'm going to do something like this, is upgrade them to the double wheels. It's just when they've got the double wheels, it's like to drive them down these roads is like literally impossible. You have to like drive on the sides, and there's not always space. But he made it up. He made it up. He's got the power, but yeah, he doesn't have the grip. Yeah, I think with the turning, Yeah, this John Deere is definitely struggling a little bit because the edge of the seeder and the roller sort of get clipped into each other. I wish they would take a little bit more of a wider loop turn just to help avoid that, because some of these angles, because of the shape of the edge of this field, it's it's not nice and straight down here. So there's a lot of these little like bends where they have to now do their loop turns. And he seems to be getting the two caught into each other. He does seem to eventually get it unlocked, but yeah, it is causing a little bit of delay. And then the big bud is like sort of catching up, and I just don't want them to get tangled in. Yeah, you see how that gets tangled in there a little bit, but then you see here he gets it out quite quickly, but he's gonna hook it in now again. You see, I just want him to get like a decent amount distance ahead. Lucky he's got a powerful tractor, so he can just like pull it out. See? Even the roller's like bending up here on the edge of the roller's like, what the hell? Get off me. He's like just going slowly. Come on, you can do it. Unhook. Come on. Come on, you can unhook it. Oh gosh, I think now we've gotten ourselves good and proper stuck here. Oh well, let's see what we can do here. Maybe if I like unhook it like this, maybe if I hook, maybe just give it a bit of a wiggle, we can get it out. Come on. Yeah, I think that has got it stuck. After all these turns, and eventually got like proper stuck. Ah, there we go. Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was gonna have to like try and unhook everything again and like get it all back and hooked up again. I think, yep, I'm gonna have to sort of watch these guys the whole time just to make sure that they get around nicely and don't get themselves all tangled. You see, if he just took his loop turn a little bit wider like this, he would be fine. You don't have to take it so tight all the time, dude. And I'm worried the closer we get into the middle, it's gonna be even worse, because I think some of those turns might be even tighter. But let's see how this goes. We'll keep watching and praying and intervening when we need to. So the lead John Deere here is already on his second headlands and probably quite a little bit away. I mean, quite a bit down. So yeah, only saying he's got 18 minutes left. So he's making good ground here. He's not getting as jammed up as the other John Deere for some reason. I'm still a bit worried when they get into these middle lanes over here, what's going to happen. So I'm really going to need to watch them over here. But yeah, not too bad so far. Besides them just getting a little bit tangled up with themselves. All going to plan. Oh my word, how did you even get that right? It's like, so while we've been busy there, I've had this John Deere. I mean, look at him. That we need to take a photo of that, eh? How you mount the traffic. He's like, you in my way, I'm gonna just climb over you. And then he's like, okay, hang on, I can't actually get over you. Maybe he thought he was a 9RX, you know, he thought I had it. Just get him off there quickly. And those guys are strong, look, not even a scratch. Not even a scratch. Where are you going? Where are you going? Okay, he's got himself a little bit off track. So I just want to get him back on track here quickly. So he's been picking up sugar beets from the silo and dropping it into the biogas plant the whole time while we've been setting up and doing everything. Because it's taken him, I think now, this is the 3rd month he's been driving up and down. Because he's got to move somewhere in the region of 4-point-something million liters of sugar beets into the biogas plant. So, and he takes like 30,000 liters at a time. So he takes a lot of trucks, So I'm definitely ready to take over here because sometimes, okay, he's not going too wide. Sometimes they go a little bit wider here when they try to turn, and then he gets stuck against that red barn. Watch. Wow. Oh my word, I think he just missed that red barn. I thought maybe, just maybe he's going to get stuck into it, but I'm like, cool, you did get stuck. That's awesome. At least I know now, because like I said, this is the first time I've done this field with these big implements. First time I'm using all of them on any field actually, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen, but at least now I know in future Black Big Bud or whichever big tractors on the outside on the first or second headlands won't get caught in anything. He made it all the way around, no issues. As you can see here, this bend is very difficult. Look at that, that's like 3, you had to like stop there, do a loop turn, come here, do a loop turn, and another loop turn here. Like 3 of them in a row there with very short seeding time. So yeah, that does get a bit complicated, especially if anyone else was anywhere near him here. It would have been a massive problem. It's just because of the shape of the field over here. It makes weird tracks. It is cool now to be able to see all 3 of them, you know, because half the time they're quite far away from each other, so you can't actually see them together. But you know, now they've gotten, this is the first John Deere, and he's sort of getting close to finish. 8 minutes left, but as you can see, we've got the big buds, both of them actually just there in the background. Yeah, so they are getting a little bit closer to each other over here, but I think this guy will be finished before the big buds even head into the middle here. Oh, they are getting close to each other, these two. Just don't get too close to each other that you're actually going to hook into each other. I need to maybe keep more of an eye on you two. I think naturally now the black big bud here should pull away from the white one, because now the white one on its second headlands has to also do the loop turns, and will have a slightly longer track to do. So I'm hoping slowly but surely the black one here will then pull away and just give them just enough breathing space so that they can turn around nicely. Okay, so this is the one that we can have a problem with, because damn it, it's the one, remember, where the seeder, I put a lot of fertilizer by accident and not had enough seed in, and I can see it's run out of seed. So I'm going to have to pull it over to the side here, and then I'm going to straighten them out and then just disconnect. So make sure he's far enough away from the other course, because I can see that the big bud white is also at 5%. So he's going to also be running out of seed soon. Just want to straighten this out a little bit nicely, and then I'm going to disconnect from the seeder. So hopefully it's that one. Yeah, that's the one. Just pull it a little bit forward. I'm going to have to jump into one of the... Just jump into a fence here quickly. Drive over that side, go pick up that seed bin and send him off to get some more seed. Luckily, I have a seed bin here at the top from my original one anyway that we were using, so at least I don't have to go all the way down to the bottom. Just do it from here. Hopefully, let's see, got seed in there. Lovely. I think I can fill you some more. Oh, so nice. So at least that didn't take too long. And at least, you know, that's why I love the fence, because they're big enough, strong enough to do almost anything, and they're quick. That's the best part about them, is they're not slow. So, you know, traveling at like 60 something is definitely a lot better than traveling at 40 something with some of these other big tractors. Cool, there we have it all filled up and ready to go again. So let's just get him turned around here. I see he was already overtaken by the black big bud, and I see the white one is here now, and they're all going nicely. So yeah, just that the problem was with the fact that I accidentally put too much fertilizer in, and then the hopper was already taken with the fertilizer, so I can put the seed in. Well, I'm gonna go find out where. There we go. I was like wondering where's this point. Let's just get him lined up here nicely. Just gonna drive him a little bit forward. Just make sure that I get him nicely in line with that first point. There we go. And off he goes. And I can already see the first first John Deere is actually finished. Yeah, finished, packed up, ready to go home. Let me drive him off to the edge of the field here quickly so he doesn't get tangled up into anyone. And then we will get them. Get all the fence down here so that they can actually undo everything and pull everything back home. So they do have all have parking spots, and I've activated his parking, but I've never actually driven him from this side. And because sometimes I'm a bit worried about this. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Yeah, I would need to adjust actually all the roads. The lanes are a little bit too close to the inside, so all these fields I'm going to have to, all these lanes I'm going to have to adjust them slightly outward, so that they can get around. Let's just see if I can get around here. Got a guy like chasing me around here. As long as no big buses or anything come from this side, he should go and park himself pretty fine. There we go, nicely in his parking spot. At least, yeah, that got there with only one little bump against the bus, but not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, these two are a little bit too close for my liking, because the white one overtook him because of the point where I needed to actually go for these seeds. The green John Deere over there has got a much shorter track than the white big bud here, so he should make his turn here before the green one gets there, but just gonna keep an eye on them. Okay, so it was close. That's why I was just like, let me just watch, let me just keep an eye and be ready to pause this John Deere just in case he goes, because you see he went wide enough and his loop turned straight into that lane of the big bud, but the big bud had just made it past in time, so we were good. I just had to stop the white big bud over there because it seems like the black one has got quite a complicated series of turns at the end there that he has to navigate. So he's been taking quite a while to get around and back and around and back. So just letting him do his thing before these other guys get tangled up in him. Just pause this guy here as well. At least the John Deere just had like a nice loop turn, not sort of those stop and go turns that the big bud had. So he's getting around nice and smoothly, but you see his track would have crossed right in front of the white big bud. So I thought, yeah, just let me let him get around, and then I'll reactivate the white big bud to do his loop. So I think I'm going to leave the video over here. As you can see, I've parked the other three already, and I will line this guy up and offload, unhook his roller and seed and fertilizer bin, and then park him as well. And then I'll bring the fence all down here, and we'll pick up all the seeder bins and the rollers, and we will take them back to the garage place. So yeah, wasn't too bad. I think maybe one or two little hiccups, but yeah, not too bad at all with our giant seeders and seeder bins. So let's just have a quick look at the field. So as you can see, it's now growing, and if you look there, it's wheat growing, 97% yield bonus, 100% fertilized. We've limed it, so everything is ready to go. So thank you again for watching. I've still got to go and do the grass field here at the back and the 2 silage fields today. So yeah, still a lot of work to do on this farm. But yeah, thanks for watching this and these giant sort of seed trains, if we want to call them that, that I try to get going. So see you in the next one. Cheers.